Folks often talk about the big things in life: graduations, weddings, careers. But if you ask this old grandpa, some of life's greatest milestones happened long before any of that. I remember the first fish my grandson ever caught. Truth be told, the fish wasn't all that impressive. It wasn't a trophy. It wasn't going to make the front page of any fishing magazine. But to him and me, it might as well have been a world record. I can still see his eyes light up when that bobber disappeared beneath the water. I remember his excitement as he reeled it in. And I remember helping him take that fish off the hook. To most people, it was just another fish. To me, it was a memory, a milestone. Then there was that game-winning hit. The crowd cheered, teammates celebrated, and before long the scoreboard was turned off and everyone headed home. But that swing of the bat lives on in my mind. Not because it won a game, but because I got to watch a young boy discover what confidence feels like. He'd spent countless hours in the batting cage, and I got to see him learn that hard work sometimes pays off in unforgettable ways. As grandparents, we're blessed with front row seats to these moments if we choose to show up. That first fish, that first home run, the first diving catch, the first bike ride without training wheels, the first time they stand up for themselves, the first time they hold the door open for a lady. Those moments seem small while they're happening. Sometimes we don't even realize we're living them until they're already gone. But years later, they become treasures. One day my grandson will be older. He'll have his own responsibilities, bills, worries, a life of his own. The fish will be gone, the ball games will be over, the trophies gathering dust somewhere in a closet. But the memories won't. And here's the beautiful thing about memories. When they're shared, they don't fade away. Every time I tell him about that first fish he caught, or that game-winning hit he delivered, or that diving catch, those moments live again. Every laugh, every story, every remember when breathes new life into days that have already passed. That's why I believe we should cherish the milestones, not because they're rare, but because they're fleeting. A grandfather learned something that young people often don't understand yet. There comes a day when you realize you'd give just about anything to go back and live an ordinary afternoon that you once thought was nothing special. So take that picture. Tell that story. Stay a little bit longer. Put down the phone and observe. Because one day, the memory you're making today may become one of your most treasured possessions. And if you're lucky enough to share those memories with your grandson years down the road, something wonderful happens. The moment doesn't just belong to the past anymore. It lives on, in his heart, and in your heart, and in the stories that connect one generation to the next. That's the real gift of milestones. Not the fish, not the hit, not even the accomplishment itself. The real gift is that long after the day is over, the memory remains. And through love, storytelling, and family, it continues to live.